More than more than that.
Disclaimer: this is not advice. More Than a Dad aims to provide support to men in fatherhood. When specific issues arrive, we hope to shed light and perspective on different experiences. We strive to acknowledge dads without minimizing mom's role in the household. More Than a Dad isn't exclusive, but rather inclusive in the best interest of the children. Now, let's dive in.
Someone posted divorce rates, right? The first one between men and women is 42%. Women and women is 72%. And men is 28%. And the person making the post asked the question, I'm curious, ladies, how are men the problem? I'm not gonna lie, I cannot give you a solid answer. Because a 72% chance of being divorced is crazy work. What's the point of being married at that point? Like, that shit is doomed to fail. Like, there is damn near no chance. And I honestly think it's mostly due to emotional thinking. Because in a situation where a man and a woman are mad at each other, who's the one that usually has to be like, okay, you know what? This is stupid. Let's make up and, whatever. You guys make up and now everything is cool. It's the dude. So now, if you have two people who are not willing to say, okay, maybe I was wrong in this situation, or apologize, then that's what you get, fam.
Welcome to More Than a Dad podcast. I'm your host, Lou Moe. I'm joined by the coolest guy on earth, Dre Moore.
What's good, y'all?
And we got 30 for 30 Earn in the building. And shout out to my man, Rob. Rob, what's good, Rob?
What's up, Rob?
What's up, guys? Welcome back.
Long time coming, man.
Yeah, man, we back, man. You gotta have more excitement than this, man, for us to be back.
Who gotta have more excitement?
You.
Just a little nervous. Got podcast
man,
rust.
Listen, man, we Eagles down. You see, we won the Super Bowl and all that in the time we've been gone.
It's been a minute. It's a lot to celebrate, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I guess we're gonna get into like what happened over this long course of this break.
Yeah, we can jump right into it.
Who got the narrative? Aaron, you got a narrative on what happened over this long break? Yeah, last year was an extremely rough year. We'll get all the sad stuff out early, y'all. We'll get all the sad stuff out early. Last year was an extremely tough year after losing mom, and I did my best to like push through and bury her and handle all the family affairs, and eventually I got hit with the grief. Like, grief was a real process, and I was just telling Dre the other day that like my heroic cape, my little Superman act, it wasn't working no more, and I didn't feel like I was in good enough shape to like carry on at the clip I was going. Is that the best way I described it? Is that how I described it?
Yeah, I think that accurately describes it. I mean, it's hard to, juggle and manage so many different things. So like when you're dealing with grief, you got to deal with your regular day to day. You're talking about your work life, your family, kids, wife, all of that, and then we trying to add this podcast in there, which is at this. I wouldn't even call it a hobby, but it's something that requires a lot of attention, detail, and I just don't think, you had the capacity for it to go on.
Yeah, so, I don't know, it was just a different type of year. I think I had 2 rough years back to back that I had just been pushing through, from my daughter being sick in 2023 with the autoimmune disorder.
Right.
And then the very next year, losing my mom to a heart attack. I just was like, I might have just been tapped out, fellas. Like, I come in here and try to have a good face and I guess be something like dad influencers and...
Yeah, fact. I think we just going through a lot of life changes. I think, like we both experienced a lot of life changes, grief, just the pressures of life, like at a certain point in time, it just becomes, unbearable, you feel me? And I feel like we went through that like in back to back. Like we kind of was potting through the pain like through the whole joint for a long time, bro.
For real.
Yeah.
Aaron, what you say, Aaron?
No, it's not.
I was just making sure you ain't trying to say something. I thought you had a little comment there.
Nah. Aaron too cool. Aaron gonna be here. Every though we haven't none of that going on.
No, and then, you know, I think at some point I started to get my stuff together, and then, you know, we was kind of talking, like, hey, when we bring it back to pod, and every time we would talk, I wasn't really 100% like in a space like, yo, we can bring the pod back.
Right.
I think until we got into the new year, I was like, man, I think I'm ready. And then I felt like y'all was ready. Y'all had to like, yo, we gotta bring the pod. Like y'all was missing the pod too. I think everybody missed the pod.
Yeah, and it just took a lot of like, it just, we had to figure out a way to do the pod and make it in a way that, you know, like we can manage it. So it was a lot of those talks, like, is we just gonna keep shooting a pod just for the sake of shooting it? Like if we can't promote it properly, if we can't market it properly, if we can't really put the effort and energy into it that needs to be put into it, then what are we doing it for? So then it became a lot of those conversations, like, are we just wasting time? Like, what are we doing? So I think once we really sat down and like mapped out a plan, like, well, we could do it like this, this, and this, and then make it easy and make it simple, then it just made sense to be able to do it. Because, you know, it's really just us. And, you know, like, prior to like Aaron being here and like us being back with Rob, who we started with, we could get into that. But, you know, for like a long time, it was just us, bro.
Yeah.
You know, like it was just us, like figuring out like what the topics is, how we gonna put it together. I almost said something crazy. How we gonna put it together? How we gonna, like, I was just thinking about this the other day. Like, we really used to be like really trying to figure out like equipment. Like, remember we was at Rec Philly, and it was like, we gotta learn how to work cameras. We gotta learn how to set cameras up. We gotta learn how to do these things. We having technical difficulties with the recording devices, and we was never none of them people. Like, we was trying to figure out how to do these things on the fly, and then like managing all of these things. Like, and then when you look at people who really got shows, podcasts, any type of thing, like, everybody got more than one hand in the pot.
Right.
Like, they don't got somebody that's sitting there and like, I'm gonna record, I'm gonna pick the topics, I'm gonna shoot the show, I'm gonna timestamp, I'm gonna cut up the clips, I'm gonna figure out how to. A lot of people ain't doing that. You feel me? So at a point in time, it just was like, man, this is a lot. This is too much.
Yeah, but I also reached that spot that like I felt like we was missed. You know,
sure.
You know, shout outs to all the people that reached out over the year, and just was like, yo, where the pod at, man? I missed the pod. This was a part of my thing, you know. Like, I felt like I was starting to let them down. I was like, yo, we gotta go pod. Yo, they keep asking me where the show at. You know, like, let me get myself together, you know. So I'm happy we back. You know, speaking of, we brought Rob back into the fold. Thank God for Rob, man. Round of applause for Rob, man.
Yeah, we might not even be here without like that conversation that we had with Rob. I feel like after we had the conversation with Rob, everything like snowballed. Like, I feel like we was in a space where we was like trying to figure something out, and we was like, all right, maybe we could do this, and maybe we could do it like this. And I feel like we had like one conversation with Rob, and Rob like, oh, I could just do this. Like, oh, all right, cool. You want to pod next week?
That's all Rob was trying to lock us in. Like, Rob was trying to lock us in. He was like, yo, this Saturday, next Saturday, this Saturday.
Yeah,
I
fam.
missed you guys, man. I'm happy to be back.
Yeah, we appreciate you, dog. We shouldn't have left it. Sometimes you gotta venture out on your own, man. You gotta, like LeBron, he was in Cleveland too long. He had to go to Miami, figure out how to win. You feel me? We had to, you know.
Double back to Cleveland.
Yeah. He had to return. Yeah. So once we got the gym, so we had to bring it back. How we get a chip at the crib.
No, for sure. You know, so we super grateful to be back. Where we at, man? Let's get into it.
You got the Osa story. You got a story for us, man?
Yeah, man. Let's get into it. Let's get into our normal thing, man. How's that life, bro?
Dad life for me, man. Dad life is so different than from when we potted before. The last time we potted.
Let's get into it, man.
Where I start? Dre my oldest son, he lives with me full time now. That's new. That's been like that since last August. I want to say since the beginning of the school year. And it's different. It's a lot more.
What grade are you in?
He in 10th grade.
10th grade.
It's a lot more to manage with him. You feel me? Like a lot of just having to be on top of him, or like it's just kind of different when it's like, oh, it's all on your back, like it's your show, you know. Um, so like, you really, where I go, you can't hear me. Oh yeah, like you really be like you really don't really see all of the things that really go into like the day to day, like when it's just you. Like I've been in a situation where it's like it's been me, um, and of course one of my kids' moms, and you know you do that day to day. But like when it's really like legit, like just you, like this is all on you, like this all your show, like you dictating everything and you controlling everything, like it's different. It's like a different level of responsibility.
Right.
So I mean, like yeah, that's going on. Ash doing his Ash thing.
Whatever the hell that means.
It's Ash, bro. I can't really describe it. Y'all listen. Y'all know the stories, man. I know the stories.
Is he currently suspended, or is he actually in school right now?
He is in school. He hasn't been suspended. We're actually looking for a new placement for him. Because I don't think the school district that he's in can accommodate his needs any further. So we're actually in the process of trying to find a alternative placement for him, which the school district has been. They've been cooperating. I'll say that. Like it hasn't been too much pushback. So, and Nadia's 14 now, gonna be 15 in a couple months, and teenage girls is different too, bro.
Whole different
whole different animal, bro. Whole different.
Man, how's dad life, bro?
That life is cool. Ain't nothing really changed for me. Life's just getting older, getting more annoying. Entering the teen years, so starting to deal with, minor stuff here and there. But besides that life be chill.
Yeah, man.
What's up, bro?
How's dad life for me? Dad life been tough, bro. And I think I was telling you this too recently, like, bro, having a pod, I mean, not having a pod, but having to like show up and be dad, like, and being sad, like waking up sad and being dad has been trash.
Right.
Like it had, Osa and Manny jumping on me 7 a.m. Daddy, can you be monster? And you like,
oh, I ain't feeling it today.
I ain't feeling it today. I'm dreaming. I'm having dreams of my parents and stuff. You know what I mean? It ain't. Bro, they probably don't even see. Like sometimes they come downstairs and I'm still working on the computer and I might be in an emotional state. Like it was a period of time where I was like probably crying like every day, right? So they'll come downstairs and like I just had to throw on the dad Superman. I can't be Clark Kent that day. I gotta be Super. You know what I mean? You just, losing your parents and still having a parent is like crazy. It's like a crazy dynamic, bro. Like being ultra sad and then still having to be like, you dad, you fun, right? Daddy, you horsey, you monster, you come color with me. Let me paint your nails and do your hair. Like this is all the stuff that I got going on. Like, I got a story, man. Like so, I like horseplay with my son, and now my daughter likes to horseplay with us. Like we be wrestling and fighting and stuff. And I come upstairs and Manny's crying, like crying.
Right.
And I'm like, what happened? What happened to you? And before he could say anything, Osa come to me with the biggest smile on her face. I hit him in the nuts. And I'm just like, how she even know what nuts is? Like, Daddy, I kicked him in the nuts. I got him. I'm like, who taught you this? Come to find out, like, she been taking, like, they got, like, little pre-K, like, karate at her daycare. So they chopping and they kicking, and I guess that's a thing. So she know these locations.
Who chopped in the kick in the nuts?
I don't even know, man. It's nuts, man. Like, another, she's just growing up. She's going to be 4. So, like, also, like, Manny in first grade. So, like, he doing a whole bunch of first grade stuff. Like, he, like, I don't know, Manny killing school for ranking a lot to you. He's just a beast. Academically, like Osa is a whole different kid. Like she got like way bigger personality than Manny. She way more outgoing, way more social butterfly. But like she newsy and she needy. The other day I had cooked dinner and we all sitting at the table, bro. And I got my phone and I'm like looking at my phone and stuff. And she was like, Daddy, can I have, want some more food off my plate? So she come over to me, she sit on my lap, she eat on my plate. And she's like, Daddy, butt cheeks. Mind you, I'm on the gram. There's some shorty on here twerking. Mind you, my wife right here, man. He right here. I had to like flip to the More Than a Dad page like I ain't doing nothing.
She seen the butt cheeks in your phone?
She seen me just watching.
She seen you watching the twerking? Hey, yo, what? No way. Yo, man, just ratted you out?
Bro, she just, it is so, bro, I don't even think she knows I didn't even know she was capable. She caught me like red, like it was a bad, you know what I mean? I don't even think my wife really be on that, but you still don't be wanting to be that guy. I just cooked, we eating chicken and rice, and I'm sitting here just eating and watching shorty twerk. And my daughter like, Daddy, you gonna eat the rest of your chicken? She come over here, so I eat my chicken. She like, Daddy, butt cheeks. Shorty going to town. That shit jiggling.
Hey, yo.
Mind you, I'm like, oh shit. My wife like, huh? I like flip to the More Than a Dad page. Like, what did you talk about? Oh, you lying?
Dog, cuz you was caught red-handed, bro. Like, what?
For real, man.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, you gotta like, and that's really it. Yo, no bull. Like, in parenting, you really gotta like watch for like when your kids start being able to talk and like start knowing stuff and recognizing stuff on like the stuff you could get off that you just probably just shouldn't be doing, bro. Right. Like, cause they definitely gonna tell, and it be like in the most inopportune, random time ever, bro. Like it's mad wild, bro.
Bro, my wife just hit me with the like, hey, I don't know what you be playing in your car, but like also say all the curse words now.
Yeah, bro.
So she had the age where she sing all the songs and she singing all the curse words. Whereas though like Manny, like, he like know to censor herself and stuff like that. O's just like, I be playing Boss Man D-Lo. She be going crazy. Pot screamer.
Listen,
you know
bro,
what I mean?
you can't let them put it on you, dog. I be deflecting that blame. Like, man, they didn't get that from me. They got that from you. Mario don't listen none of that type of music.
She Caribbean and gospel, bro. Like,
hey, yo, cuz it was you, man.
Yeah, for sure. Just moving forward, man. I wanted to start doing talking about mental health and health, right, fellas? So along with last year's hiatus and much needed time away from the pod, yo, my health was like in terrible shape, bro.
Yeah.
And I think I was like in denial, and my mom having a heart attack was just like an eye-opening thing. Like, I finally went to the doctors in like June and got a checkup, man. Blood pressure high, super high. Mind you, I was on a blood pressure medicine, and that my blood pressure was so high that the medicine was like not doing nothing for the blood pressure. I was 350 pounds. I know everybody see me in the gym and on the treadmills now, but in June 2024, I was 350. It's 350, bro. Today, I'm 310, but I was 350 last year when this like all started happening. Weight was out of control, blood pressure out of control, cholesterol out of control, pre-diabetic, blood sugar high. You know what I mean? And then the worst of it all, I was having gout flare-ups, and I had never been diagnosed with gout. So I could just wake up from eating, having red meat or alcohol or beer, and my knees were swelling up. I got my knees drained 3 times last year. They pulling off 55 milliliters fluid out my knee. It's all orange and brown looking. It's terrible. So like, I've been working remote for 5 years. I didn't realize how much I was like deteriorating and like losing muscle mass and not being active. And I always talk about how you got to manufacture relationships. I need to manufacture being more physically active, because I was just like, I couldn't even get off the couch. Like, I felt like I was crippled, like at least crippled.
Yeah, last year was a bad joint, bro.
You remember how much pain I was in? And like I was on crutches a lot last year. Like, I spent a lot of last year, let's say 5 or 6 months last year, limping around or on crutches. This is all behind the scenes, not on the pod. This is not even, like, I was limping into the hospital while we were still having mommy on life support.
Yeah. I feel like you was stuck in the basement, bro, for like like days, bro.
Oh yeah, I think I was telling you. Yeah, I was stuck in the basement for like 2 days, and I was having sciatic nerve pain in the back. Like this is what I mean. All right, fellas. The point of the story is get up and move your body, right? You have to move and be physically active, or you lose it. Like you lose. Like I lost a lot of like quad muscles, so I can't like stand and get out the chair. Like I be in there doing legs twice a week now because I need to feel when I contract my my quads. I need to know that I can stand up, like I can squat my body weight to get up. There was a point in time I couldn't get out of chairs, y'all.
Yeah,
Like I'm dead serious. I couldn't get out of chairs. I was limping around. My feet always hurt. I had to throw away so many shoes. Like bro, you just get a bigger size or something, because I was my feet hurt, knees hurt, back hurt, and it's like, damn, why? And it's like, cause bro, you bigger than you ever been. You the least active you ever been, and all your vitals and all that is showing that, you know. So I was in bad shape. So it was much needed reset to be like, fellas, go to the doctors, focus on yourself. I know we all want to be providers and be all these things, and we juggling all these things, but you don't got no backup, can it? Yeah, you go down, you go down, and you end up out of here and check it out. It ain't no reserve. It ain't no tag this other dad in for you. You feel me? Like you the man for the job. You the job. You the whole thing, right? So my point just being like, health wise, I was in a bad shape. We talked about grief and doing like, you know, I did some grief counseling. I just feel like, in a nutshell, everybody take away from this episode, last year was like a demolition of Lou. Like it was just like everything was demoed down to the ground. Marriage, life, the job, health, the pod, everything, bro. Everything was demoed down to the ground, and I still was out here just smiling and like acting like nothing happened. And then this year was like the rebuild. As you can see, everything's coming back together. Right. You're getting it all together, but it took so much time. My point of this little spiel about men's health and mental health is like, I remember before I had a fitness challenge. It's called Fit for Fatherhood. It was like a hashtag we was doing, and we was doing like trying to do 10,000 steps in a day. Right. So over the next couple pods, I think about like, we gonna start another challenge, because I need y'all not to go down that same road I just went down for no reason. I'm 35 years old. I'm not super old or something. I was 35 and I was hit with these things that you think is for old people. Like, no, people have strokes in their 30s. People have heart attacks in their 30s. People who are diabetic in their 30s. You know what I mean? And my whole life, you know, I've been pretty active. I was an athlete. I was a college athlete. But then you start thinking like, yo, that's 15 years ago. Right, yeah, facts. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all got 15-year-olds. Like, I was a college athlete 15 years ago when your son was born. Yeah, facts. You know what I'm saying? So I can't say I'm an athlete no more. I'm a dad. I'm a 35-year-old man. Right. You know what I mean? Time has changed. So just, I know it ain't the cool thing to say. I know when you're in the barbershop, nobody's bringing up their A1C. But I'm going to tell you the cool thing is to be like I said something to somebody the other day. I was like, yo, my cholesterol high. He was like, yeah, mine's too, man. What we going to do about that? And that was like the coolest thing that has happened to me. That somebody else was in that space of like, bro, this shit killing us. You know what I mean? Like, you know, so fellas, your health is important. I know I'm probably not the best messenger for this. I'm still trying to get below 300 pounds, and it's a work in progress. But yeah, man, that health stuff is important, man, because you could definitely get sent up out of here for sure. No, for sure. Definitely got to be on that. Yo. What's up? So, bro, you going to get in these current events, Aaron?
Yeah. Y'all want to just jump straight into it?
Yeah, no diddy.
All right, so kind of awesome dad stuff, but not really. Y'all been seeing what's going on with Ja Morant, his ongoing issues in the NBA?
Yeah, the gun celebrations. He did like a grenade thing the other day. They ain't like that, John, either.
Yeah, I really don't understand this generation. So what was it, last year? There was a few incidents with Ja Morant and him getting in trouble with the NBA for, I want to say, certain behaviors.
Man,
certain
waving guns.
Thuggish behaviors.
Firearms.
Yeah, firearms.
Yeah, some gun issues, some I don't know, bullying. I don't know what you call it. Anyway, he got in trouble a few times last year for it, and ultimately, I want to say, gave up being the new face of the NBA. I don't know if that's the right way to put it, but he was definitely on a trajectory to be the new face of the NBA. And now that doesn't seem to be the case anymore. So, recently, it was a game. I think they were playing the Lakers or something. He made a move. I don't even know what happened. I don't know if he dunked. I don't know what he did. But he looked at the bench and kind of cocks a gun.
He shot the bench up.
Cocks a gun, and of course, with him and his ongoing issues, it became a big topic in the sports world, in the world period. And it's a lot of mixed reviews, and I wanted to see which side y'all landed on. Y'all think it's cool for him to do? Some people think a lot of people point at the other bench and simulate gun type mannerisms, or y'all think, listen, you already got in trouble for this. You need to be this way or one way, or you need to focus on this, or is it just a celebration?
With his background, like his track record, I think I would just stay away from it. I just wouldn't do it. But to me, I think, like, because a lot of people, I've been seeing a lot of stuff of people like feeling like he being targeted, like they trying to like what he's getting scrutinized for is like excessive. Like if it was somebody else, then they wouldn't get this type of scrutiny. Like people are like doing that. Like that's been going around a lot. Like he's like being like unfairly targeted. Like they are trying to make an example of him, but I feel like once you get caught doing a certain thing, you just got to stay away from it. Like it's like if you're a felon. If you're a felon, and granted he's not a felon, but if you're a felon, you're not afforded the same luxuries that a person who never committed crimes are. So like you are gonna get scrutinized in a different way. And I think like somebody on his team would need to sit him down and explain that to him.
Yeah, bro. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I want to hear what you guys say first.
No, personally, I'm a little aligned with Dre. I feel like what passion he brings to the game, he can still bring. He got an attitude and it's fiery on the court. It could just not be a gun gesture. Like I would rather him be talking or cursing or pointing at people or something like that. The NBA is still like a family environment. You know what I mean? It's kids there to get his autograph that are like 10 and 12 years old. Daddy, what is he doing? Oh, he's cocking a 9. Right. he's putting a clip in the AK. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just not, it's not on brand with the NBA. So when you say stay away from it, I agree, but I don't want to strip him from, he got a swagger about him. He got an edge to him. That's a part of who he is, and I like, that's what the game need, and we all, when somebody get dunked on, they got a little attitude and they rah, we like that. You know what I mean? We wouldn't want him to dunk and then like patty cake somebody. You know what I'm saying? So it's just the gun gestures. Like, I don't want you doing anything that we already suspended you 25 games for. Right. Like, it's like, you don't make a mockery. Like, I don't know if we need you that bad. Like, to keep it real with you as a brand, we don't need you that bad if it hurts our company. We already had to reprimand you for firearms. Yeah. So how we doing firearm taunts on top of like this is less than 2 years ago. Yeah, facts. You know, so when you say like somebody in his corner, we know his pop at every game. Yeah, but that's his friend. That's his friend. That might be the problem right there. That's his friend, bro.
So question, should this be is this a Ja Morant thing? Like, is this a rule for Ja Morant, or should gestures like this be banned across the board?
I think they should ban it across. I mean, we've been seeing multiple sports. We've seen the guys in football doing it and getting unsportsmanlike conduct in college and all. Like, I think it should be banned across the board, but I think it's getting a lot of publicity because it's John Morant. Like, I'm sure John Morant not the only person that's doing this. But because it's Ja and how they feel about Ja, then you just got to find a different celebration. Like, Ja's almost like, yeah, Ja may be being unfairly criticized, but he's almost like on the lines of like, fuck it. Like, I'm just going to do it. You feel me? Because like he did it, they find him, he did it again. And still was an issue. And then the next celebration he had was he took the pin out the grenade and then he went to rolled the grenade when like to make an explosion when he shot a three. Like, why all your celebrations involve some bodily harm? Like
that was fly though. I ain't gonna lie. I never seen a celebration like that. John was created.
That was created, but what happened to the regular like D-Lo ice in the veins? Or the LeBron John, or the Melo 3 to the dome, or the knuckleheads hit. Like you could, it's other celebrations that people got that don't involve violence. Maybe you need to sit down with your creative marketing team or whoever and find a way you could have a celebration that don't involve violence. You mean some of them celebrations become look at how many people doing the gritty and all of that. You feel me? And what's CJ Stroud joint that CJ Stroud do? I can't even think of what it's called. But it's and even like the D-Lo ice in the veins, like that was a thing. Or like the Steph, what's that? The sleep baby joint, or the Trey Young cold hug joint, like that joint, like them joints becomes celebrates. LeBron celebrates like they signature, like they signature celebration. Ja could come up with a signature celebration that don't involve him shooting up a club, throwing grenades, or something that don't involve that.
Nothing that's saying I'm killing y'all. Like anything that's but I'm killing y'all, even though you might be killing us on the court. Like
yeah, bro. But I do think it is because I know I'm sure if we go on the internet, we could find people putting up guns and stuff. But it's Ja, so he can't. I don't really know.
Imagine it already being a problem, and then one of your biggest superstars hopping on the bandwagon to do it, who got a history of guns. So yeah, it's not. You want to know another thing? Like, so I was just thinking about this when y'all just talking. Was you remember everybody was doing the belt to ass?
Yeah.
Do y'all remember like some of these little league like kids actually having belts and then when they doing sportsmanship handshake at the 50?
Yeah.
Somebody hit somebody with a belt and then the whole team's broke out in a riot. I think some of the celebrations are just, it's not even celebration. It's becoming like taunting and disrespect. Like, don't hit me with a belt, bro, because y'all beat us by 30 points. And saying you put belt to ass to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're going to knuckle. Like, now it's no longer like a sport thing. It's kind of like a disrespect thing.
Right.
So, like you might be cooking us on the court. Don't point your fingers at me like you about to shoot me. You think what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Like, they got to get a hold of it. Like, you know what I mean? It's not within the game. You feel me? Like, football going to have to do the same thing. Like, you got a whole generation of people walking around saying belt to ass now. And it was cool. And, you know, the Eagles kind of, you know, CJ made it popular too. And we like them guys, but it ain't good for the game. It ain't good for the culture neither.
My thing is this, though, Aaron, with the Ja thing, back to the Ja thing. Ja been in the league for how long? 4 years?
Yeah.
4 years, whatever, something like that. We seen him in college. Bro, I've never seen him celebrate shooting a gun until this year. Like, what made him start doing that? Like, this not like something like this. Like, this wasn't his normal celebration for years. What made this now become his celebration? Like, did he? Because my first time really seeing it, I think that was LSU and Bama or somebody that was playing the Bull. That was my first time ever seeing somebody do it. Remember, Aaron? Because we was talking about it. Like, man, yo, Bull drawing. Like Buddy is tripping. Like, like he's tripping. He like mossed the Bull and then like turned around and just lit him. Like Buddy is tripping. And now like Ja is doing this. Like, but what made him start doing that? Like that was
Yeah.
his thing.
I
Like
don't
if
know.
this was always his thing, and he could go back and be like, "Yo, I've been doing this celebration for the past 5 years. Now y'all making it a problem." If he go back and do that, then like that's a different conversation. Now y'all making this an issue, and I've been doing this. No, the thing is, you wasn't doing this. Now you got caught with guns. Now you're doing this. Why are you doing? That's why I said it's kind of like, to me, it's like him basically saying like, "Fuck it." Like I'm bucking the system. Like I'm gonna do what I want to do. Like I feel like I'm bigger than the program, and sometimes people do that. And I think he got a lot of I'm bigger than the program. You feel me? And there's nobody there to tell him that you're not, and there's nobody there to tell him otherwise. Like until it really go like super far left. Like he might have lost some money in his contract. He might have had to pay some fines, but he still kind of got a slap on the wrist with all of this. He young, he rich, he running around, he doing his thing. His pop really is homie for real, bro. He not really like a pop, like he.
And that's what I want a small transition to is T Morant, because we see him at every game. We see him courtside at every game, and sometimes we see him doing a little bit too much at these games. We see him arguing with people. We see him challenge people to fight, and it's like that's not setting a great example for your superstar son. I don't see how it's beneficial at all. But is T Morant doing a little bit too much at these games, or is he just a enthused father?
Nah, he doing too much, bro. He doing the most.
Definitely doing too much.
He doing the most. Like he out here trying to fight Shannon Sharp. He trying to fight players. He arguing with refs. Like I don't think we've ever seen, and I don't think we've ever seen another superstar dad behave in the way that we see T Morant dad behave. You feel me? Like outside, like the only other person I kind of could compare it to is like Pat Mahomes' dad. But he just be drawing on his own. Like Pat and maybe because it's football. So maybe because like you in the stands and the stands ain't really that close to the sideline.
Right.
But Pat Mahomes' dad don't do nothing that interfere in the actual game. He just might be smoking on packs and doing whatever he be doing and catching DUIs in his own time, which is whatever. It's a distraction too in his own right. But T Morant be like courtside affecting the game. Like he doing too much, and we've never seen no superstar.
I mean, what about the ball? What about the ball father?
But you never seen LeVar behave that way on the sideline.
Not on the sideline, but his antics.
His antics are a distraction. Yeah, for sure. His antics did become a distraction to his kids, and that's why we've seen some of his kids start to like separate themselves from him and stuff like that. We've absolutely seen his antics become an issue, but not as far as
your issue is direct.
Yes,
game direct.
It's direct. It's right there. Like this thing has nothing to do with you. Like play the sideline. Like LeVar, and this is the other difference. LeVar made a lot of noise about his sons his sons being in the NBA. As amateurs, when they was in college, when they was in high school, LeVar was doing a lot. Since they've been in the league, LeVar has been less of that. He's taken a step back. They're grown now and they're doing whatever they're doing. He was doing a lot of controlling when they were amateurs before they became professionals. T Morant, his son, has been a professional and he's still acting an ass like they never, like he just got here.
Right.
So it's a little bit different. Like Ja's grown now, well into his career, and he's still on the sideline trying to fight referees when his son get fouled, and they don't call it. Like it's the game, bro. But yeah.
All right, so small pivot to another dad who was just mentioned. Who we mentioned a little bit ago is Deion Sanders. So what's going on with Deion Sanders? Everybody know he became, internet media sensation ever since he took over coach at Jackson State, now moved on to the University of Colorado. But his son and his, I don't want to call him his surrogate son, but a player of his who he mentored since he became his coach, Travis Hunter, they are going through the draft process. And some people think that he is overstepping in that process. He's going on camera saying where his son isn't playing and all of this and what he's not going to allow. Is that overstepping?
I think he's trying to. They want to put Travis in a box, and the best thing that ever happened to Travis was him going to play with Deion, who's not going to put you in a box. He's going to let you do anything your abilities allow him to do. Is he overstepping in terms of like Travis' actual father, or is he just overstepping because he knows the NFL really well and know what these franchises will do to a player? In what context are you talking about? Is it in regards to like, damn, he's doing what his actual dad should be doing, or is he doing too much in terms of like?
I don't even know if his dad exists.
I think his dad.
Yeah, I don't think I've
never seen his
about
dad, bro.
Anybody on Travis Hunter's side.
I think when he won the Heisman, he dedicated something to his dad, and he said he wished his dad could be there.
Is he alive?
I don't know. Somebody should do market research because now we sound
all right.
Somebody. But what I'm saying is, I think Deion is just setting a precedent like that. He wants him in an environment that he think he can thrive, and being that he's a Hall of Fame NFL player and he's very tight with a lot of franchises, I think it's probably in his best interest. But then again, nobody's going to pass up on Travis's ability. So, like, I don't think he can lose anything with Deion doing too much. Now, if it was a situation where, like, yo, we don't want to deal with Deion, so we're not touching Travis, like, I think everybody's taking the risk of taking Travis if they got to still deal with Deion. Like, everybody in the league. He's a type of, he almost 2 starters, bro. He might be a starter and a half in the NFL. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I think everybody will take the risk. Now, if he was like some borderline, like Shiloh, who's like a borderline NFL player probably, maybe I don't take Shiloh because I ain't dealing with your pop and you going to be like a 6th round or free agent acquisition for us.
Right.
You feel me? But in Travis' situation, Travis is the best player in the draft, bro. You know what I'm saying? He's the best. He was just the best player in college. It's not to me. It's not hurting stock. It's not hurting stock.
I get you. So right. So, but how do you feel about how you feel about him trying to position where he's going? Like, I know a lot of people are trying to do that now, but as far as like trying to dictate, like, there's a point in time when like, yo, that team had the worst record, they got the draft pick. That's where the player's going.
Why are we acting like Dan Marino and Eli and these guys? Kobe
No,
Bryant.
they happen.
Kobe Bryant, like some of our favorite athletes.
Deion did it himself.
Deion did it. You think I'm saying? So we got to stop acting like, bro, I don't want to play for that garbage ass franchise. Like, and that's okay. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, my thing is, like, first of all, they got NILs. He's not coming in broke and hungry and thirsty and so happy to be here. And, bro, I come from a little bag already. It'd be an honor to be in this league, but I do not have to play for the Browns. I don't have to play for Tennessee. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have to.
They got the number 1 pick. Ain't your goal to be a number 1 pick?
I disagree with you.
Like,
I just
don't think it's that big of an honor anymore, especially when his talent is like, there's nothing you can do to Travis.
Yeah,
to
but
knock him down.
if you good, you're gonna go to a bad team.
Yes.
That's just what it is.
The top 10 draft teams in the top 10 are very bad NFL teams.
And that's what happens when you're good.
Yes.
I would say, to me, that's an honor. That's an honor.
Was it an honor when Eli said he not going
to San Diego?
Yes. Like, why are we acting like these guys never did this stuff?
That has happened. We
love Kobe. All of y'all is Kobe fans, right?
We seen it happen.
Nobody was coming at Kobe. He a killer. He's a beast.
Yeah, but how public is that of Kobe not going to wherever he wasn't gonna. First of all, he was coming out of high school, bro. What leverage was he having? Who did he? I don't even. This is news to me. As somebody saying he wasn't going somewhere. I'm just saying, bro. Like, where is this? Like, it's an entitlement. It's an entitlement there, bro. Yeah. It's an entitlement there.
Which is what I don't like about it.
Like like it takes the work. Like when John Elway did it, he was just threatening like, yo, I'm gonna go play baseball because he didn't want to go to the Colts. He didn't want to go play in Indianapolis or Baltimore, wherever they was at the time. I think they might have still been in Baltimore. He wasn't trying to go play for the Colts, bro. So like I'm just gonna play baseball. But you kind of could do that. He from California, Stanford. His folks probably got paid. Like, so I guess they in the same position because they got paid. But that's what we dealing with now with the spoiled, entitled athlete. We're the boy that's just hungry. I'm gonna just go out here and get the job done. No. When Eli and them did, his pop was in the league.
Bro, y'all beg for these college players to make money, and now y'all talking about they entitled. Bro, we just can't have all the things.
we gotta have.
I ain't beg for them to have money.
We gotta have balance, bro.
Yeah, bro. They had $10 million. Boy, they made $4 million, $5 million 2 years in a row. You got $10 million in college, and now you talking about you want him to not be entitled. My thing is, first of all, I think Travis a good kid, and I think he's an actual legit prospect on both sides of the ball. Like I said, I call him 1.5 players.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He 1.5 players. I don't think he's a full two starters, but he's definitely 1.5. He might be a receiver and a nickel to me.
Right.
Like in your full-time nickel package, right? I don't know if he's a full-time DB and a full-time receiver. But my thing is he's legit, right? Nobody has a problem with the actual kid. We're now trying to tear him. You remember the week they was killing him for a month with his girlfriend. Now we're killing him about Dion. We're never talking about him as a player. We're never talking about the lack of film, the lack of workouts. We're not talking about lack of speed, size. Like, we're talking about everything else. You know what I mean? The entitlement is he live in an era where the college kids get played. You know, like people don't like Angel Reese and all that. They got paid. They got swag. They hey, I know I'm the revenue driving force for this. I know I'm the reason why people viewing women's basketball. I know that. And that's different than this. I'm from the projects. I'm trying to get my mom out the hood. I need to dunk on everybody. Rah, rah, rah. Like, it's just a different time. You know what I'm saying? The bag we got the bag, sort of, right? Like we got
the bag, right? Yeah. That's cool, but you didn't see Caitlin Clark saying like, "Yo, I'm not going to Indiana." Indiana defeat. They ain't never been nothing. They ain't never been good. They ain't the Sparks. They ain't none of them good teams. They not perennially good. You didn't see her come out saying that. You don't see none of these players, any of these other players, like, yo, I'm not going here. I'm not going there.
But also,
and guess what Caitlin Clark did?
She went to Indiana and took them to the playoffs.
She showed up. She did her job, and she's the reason that this franchise is turning herself around.
Yeah, like, you don't want to go be the man.
Right. I just Googled something. Y'all right. Kobe didn't refuse to not go to the Hornets. He expressed interest in being a Laker, though. So, my fault. Don't want to
throw Bean under the bus.
Yeah, don't want to throw Kobe Bean under the bus.
I'm just saying, like you go where you gonna go, and you either gonna do it or you not. That's it, bro.
Yeah. I'm not sure if I like Dion going on ESPN or any of these platforms and saying flat out, my son Shador is not playing for XYZ, so don't call us. This kid worked his, and yes, you was a father, and we always want the father to be involved and more involved, but he's now a grown man, and he's worked his whole life to be in a position to be drafted top 10. So whoever calls, isn't that just a blessing?
Yeah.
I'm over here just trying to see both sides. I do think it's a blessing, bro. I do think that it's an honor and all these things. Once again, a lot of times as fathers, our kids are not following us in the line of work we do, and they can't really help you with your pitfalls. You're just experiencing the pitfalls, and you're the first in your generation and your family to do it. You're talking about somebody who's a Hall of Fame football player.
So because it's prime, we gotta trust his. We trust his.
Bro, he
judgment.
could have been like he could have just played in the league, and he'd be like, man, how these organizations, how they work. Like take an example, Quaz. Quaz always used to say, yo, when you get close to an NFL pension, for all of a sudden you just can't make rosters no more. It's not that you're not good enough to play in the league, but they don't want to be obligated to pay you a pension for the rest of your life. So when you get around that little, you about 6 months for about earning your pension with the league,
Right.
all of a sudden you just keep getting cut. You just all of a sudden just can't make a roster to just be a gunner on punt team. So if he just comes up and says that to his kid, like, hey, they really own that with Dallas. They really own that in New Orleans. They really own that with Jacksonville. I don't think you should go there. Like, don't even call us, because I know firsthand how y'all get down. You know what I mean? Like, that's just...
They can hold a little more weight.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm saying. It's like, my thing is that Prime is just such a big personality, and it's like, I think he just an acquired taste, and people don't like how he come off and all that. I just think, I meet people, mind you, I love Coach Prime as a football guy, as a TV guy, and everything. A lot of people just don't like him. People don't like these loud black dads, bro. Call it what it is. People don't like these loud black dads that's in your face, and y'all got to deal with us because we the money makers and we the draw. Some of them just don't like.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? Call it what it is.
That's a fact. That's
My mama more than a dad.
You gonna get into this amazing kids segment?
Get a new audio track? I'm gonna add a noise gate. I just cut out because they're unwanted frequencies. Transposing it down 12 semitones, down 12. I'm gonna take a bit of a break. I added this on a bridge. It only goes to G and I want it to go to G flat. Gonna use automation, electronic drum kit, smart quantize. I hate to walk away from you as if this never existed. Just when we kiss, the moment after, I look at you different. Yeah, lately I gotta watch what I say, 'cause you take things personal nowadays. You used to laugh, now you get mad. Damn.
Hire that kid quick. That's impressive.
Yeah, that was a
That's a
7-year-old.
7-year-old.
Yeah.
That's a 7-year-old kid recreating all the music.
Yeah, that's crazy.
All
Right?
the music in the song. That's 1,000% amazing.
He about to take Rob's job in a minute.
That was impressive. Yeah, he can have it.
Yeah. Shout out to him, man. That was crazy, right?
7 years old that kid was.
Yeah, 7 years old. He might be one of your sons running around. Let me put no illegitimates on my man Rob.
Nah, he ain't mine.
Yeah, he not mine. Shout out to I wish I had his name, but he ain't post his name on the video. I definitely would have gave him a shout out for that. Rob, can you play this the next video for me? And then I explain why we playing this video.
And somebody who speaks on fathers' rights a lot, women are always going, well, just go to court. Take her to court. Take her to court. Easier said than done, ladies, first of all. And second of all, you want to talk about court? Let's talk about court, ladies. Let's talk about it, okay? This is 9 years. 9 years. Okay? Of court. Baby mama is an alcoholic. She commits fraud. She commits tax evasion, state government assistance fraud. She has called her daughter a fucking bitch when she was 18 months old and put it on Facebook. We have multiple screenshots of injuries multiple photos of sunburns, multiple videos where mom commits parental alienation, multiple videos of mom just in general being a piece of shit. But do you think any of this evidence against her mattered? No. So when you guys sit there and say, just take her to court, just take her to court, you guys have no idea what fathers will do in order to protect their children. You guys think all men are deadbeats. No, just the ones you guys are laying with. And
She went crazy.
Bro, that little headshot at the end, that wiki was crazy.
So I seen that video, and there was another video of a man that was holding his son, and his son was crying because he wanted to stay with his dad, and because the mom had just came home from being in jail for 7 years. So the courts had ordered that the child go with the mom, and the son didn't want to leave the dad. So the son was crying because he didn't want to go and live with his mom. So the discussion that I want to have is, why in society do you think that it's viewed that the women should automatically have more rights than the man, even though they say we got equal rights and all of that? But going through the system and all that, you see that like women have a lot easier time, getting custody of these children or maintaining custody of the children, even when they probably aren't the most ideal person. Why do you think it's already that way? Like, why do you think that that's a thing?
First of all, this is beautiful how you asked this question. You really on your journalism podcast and stuff.
It was the time off.
No, that was fire. Shout outs to Dre. I think it's gender roles, bro. I think as much as we're trying to live in a society where gender roles don't exist, we still maybe in them places in the courts, in the legal system and family courts and stuff, that nurturing thing is believed to be just, by default, we're going to give her ample opportunity, as much as the data is coming out about how much dad is the one that really changes the trajectory on the kid's life in the household. We've seen a lot of data about that. Kids raised with dad have a higher success rate. Kids with dad in the house with mom, kids have a higher success rate. And when I say success, I'm just meaning they're not ending up dead or in jail or stuff like that. They're just becoming, making it through or whatever. So the data shows that dad is a difference maker, whether y'all together or whether dad doing it solo. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then the detriment of dad not being there at all. So the impact of dad is there. I think nobody wants to rip a kid from their mom. And it's sad because we will rip a kid from dad. Right. Like you just said, lady did 7 years in jail. We were so comfortable to take the kid from dad who had been with dad for 7 years. And I'm just thinking about how traumatic it is. It's like you mom, but you like low-key ain't been here. Been kind of a stranger, sort of like, you know what I mean? And right. Like, we're just comfortable doing it. I just think because it's like kids belong with mom. Mom is the nurturing parent. Just like if we needed money, nobody's going to go look at the woman for money. They're going to look at dad should have the money. He should have a job. He should be a provider. We're doing a shitty job in society of trying to erase gender rules, but then still selectively have double standards on things that are still role-based. You dig what I'm saying? So, like, bro, I think, I won't say I'm more nurturing than my wife, but I would say I'm a very nurturing dad.
Right.
Like, I love on my kids, how I talk to my kids. Like, my kids are not just like, daddy's the drill sergeant and mommy's the nurturing, loving one.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They wouldn't just say daddy's a disciplinarian and mommy's just the teacher and the loving mom and that's soft. Like, no, daddy love on me too.
Right, facts.
You know what I'm saying? So I think it's a gender role issue, and maybe in them places they just have a soft spot for mothers. You know what I'm saying? And bro, I think there's a lot of stuff even just around the fact that they carry the kid and we don't. Right, like, as much as it's equal rights and we help make a baby, I think it's always going to be this thing that, like, y'all don't carry the baby.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I just think that's you know what I'm
That's
saying? Like,
super
if you
disrespectful.
want to make it a possessive thing, the baby came out of me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, is it like
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Like, we gonna keep it a being. Like, I don't know if we just pie in the pie, but I'm just
I get what you're saying.
like,
I get what E. What you think, E?
And that's all I can attribute it to.
It's the
'Cause
same
I
thing.
can't think of another reason why you would take a child from their home where they're comfortable, where they safe, and put them where a person where they just need to figure it all out for themselves and that kid. I don't know. I don't know why you would do that other than society looks at women as being nurturers. Exactly what Lou said.
True.
You can't. There's no other reason to. There's no other way to explain it. Not mine. It's messed up, absolutely. But that's just the way it is.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, it's crazy because it's really like that. I don't know if I told the story here about when I was going to custody court for Lil Dre, and like court is like it's open court, so like when I'm in there, it's people in front of me, and it's a guy and it's a girl, and the guy wasn't even trying to get the kid. He was trying to get the kid to go to his grandmom, and he was trying to get the kid taken away from his. That's technically his baby mom. He's trying to get the kid taken away from her, and like his whole reasoning behind it, like he was just like, well, I had dropped my daughter off there, and no, he said I picked my daughter up, and as I was picking my daughter up, it was like an ambulance coming, and the ambulance came to the house, and basically somebody in the house had overdosed. So in his mind, they was already doing the drugs while my kid was still in there because somebody overdosed as I was picking my daughter up, and I don't think that she's fit. So they didn't take the kid away from that lady. Like it just got glossed over. They just was like kind of like whatever with it. So the whole time I'm in there, I'm like, man, I ain't on drugs, man. This shit about to be a breeze. Like I'm about to go up there, tell him, like I got a room for my son and I got a good job and I pay my child support on time and he on my insurance and all this. And like they just about to be like, all right, bro, you could get your kid. And it just wasn't the case. Like they just
But
was like,
it did not go like that.
it just didn't go that way, right? Like it was like, yo, you got to jump through all these hoops, and you got to show consistency and all of this stuff. And it's like, bro, I've been in his life his whole time. Nothing's never happened to him. Like he's not in danger. Like I literally just watched a lady and somebody overdosed in her crib, and y'all just let her keep the kid. Like that legit happened, like right in front of my face, like in real time. Like I really was sitting like, oh, this shit about to be a breeze. Like this gonna be in and out. Like this grand opening, grand closing. Meanwhile, I'm up there answering questions about stuff that don't even pertain to him. You feel me? Like going in there, like you could be in there like a woman is if a woman say something in there, they just hold it as a gospel. Like she was just saying stuff like it wasn't even like no proof against me. You feel me? Like it might be like she might have a gripe with me, but I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, you still gotta prove it. Like regardless of what it is, like it's court, you gotta prove it. It became a lot of he say, she say until like we kind of just got to a point of like where we like agreed on something. Like, all right, it became like this give and take thing. But it was like you can just say undocumented, unfounded, like things, and you could just say it, and they just roll with it. I'm like, it's crazy. So, like, I just wanted that to ask that here because it's like in society, like that's really a thing. Like, and I just want to know like why, like why is that a thing? Because like outside of birthing a baby and like being a baby's food source, from male to female, it's no different. You feel me? Like that's it. That's the only thing we can't do. Like I physically can't have a baby, and I physically don't have milk in my body to feed a baby. But as far as anything else, it's nothing that you do that I can't do or that I don't do. So I don't know how we landed on this automatically. It's just the women trump the situation, which is crazy.
the kids are just more theirs than they are ours.
That's wicked. That's wicked. I want to play this other video. It's a mom talking about the first time a kid came to spend the night at her house and how the kid got there. And I want y'all to react to that too.
Do you consider trashy parenting? One lady was like, her daughter asked if her friend could come over, like her girlfriend or whatever. She's like, probably might be our daughter age, 10, 11, 12 or something like that.
Okay.
And she was like, yeah, sure, she could come over and spend the night, like whatever. And she was like, I expected when they pulled up, it's like, I'm gonna go outside and talk to the parent, like, oh, hi, I'm so-and-so,
Right.
whatever. And she was like, so when I seen her pulling up, like, oh, so-and-so is here. She said, I go outside and I go to, I'm going up to the thing, and the girl get out the car, and then the car just start backing up. Like, instantly, it's like, yo, I was about to come talk to you. And it was like, that's your dad? I was about to talk to him. And oh, that's not my dad or whatever. I took an Uber here.
Damn.
And it was like, I said, a Uber? You sent your kid to at this point, it's a stranger's house.
You never met the parents before.
Yeah, it's like, I'm coming out here to talk to you. So it was like, you sent your kid to a stranger's house in an Uber with another stranger? Are you okay?
What do y'all think is like the protocol for like kids spending the night at other kids' house? And do you feel like that situation was completely out of pocket?
Aaron, you want to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first. Yes, it's completely out of pocket. Don't send no kid to another parent's house in an Uber. One, as a parent, and I know y'all feel the same way, I need to know as much information as I possibly can about where my kid about to be.
Okay.
I need to know who all there. I need to know, like, do we need anything? I need to know, is it something that you need from me? We not just shipping our kids off with minimal information. That's exactly what she said. You essentially sending them to a stranger's house.
With a stranger.
I don't know.
With a stranger. The transportation is a stranger. And the stay is with a stranger. That's 1,000% trashy parent.
That terminology is hilarious.
The trashy parenting. You gotta go, bro?
No, I was gonna just say, like, I guess we come from a different era, bro. Like, if my parents didn't have a rapport with the parents, I couldn't even go over their house to play, let alone go over their house to stay the night.
That's a fact.
Like, you know what I mean? If my parents don't have a rapport, like the fact that she said she never met dad or mom, and you showed up in the Uber with a stranger, is crazy to me. And you talking about, obviously, it's a little girl, right?
Yeah, because she said my daughter.
First of all, girl dad, we ain't sending my daughter nowhere that I don't know where she going, bro. Like,
She said she was 11.
11? I don't care what she is.
Yeah.
First of all, I'm not putting my daughter in an Uber. like I'm not putting her in an Uber to drop her off at a friend's house that I never met their mom or their dad, the kids. It just sounds like low effort, trashy parenting.
Now, does it change with spend the night at somebody's house, sending strangers? That's crazy. Does it change with your kids just going outside, like around to the park, like to the playground, dolo, like by themselves?
Like, can they walk around the corner to the park at
Yeah.
11 years old?
I mean, we was doing it.
We were doing it, but I feel like we live in a completely different time. However, I do think, I don't think that's bad. Like if my kids were 11 and 12 and walked around the corner to the park, Dad, and played for 2 hours.
Is it because you're in an enclosed environment?
No, I think it's their age to me. You know what I'm saying? I think.
Because at 11, we was doing that. We was like traveling around. We was catching public transportation. We was going places where your parents didn't really know who you... Like, I've been in people's cribs that my parents don't know I've been in their cribs before at 11. 1,000%. 12, 13, all of that.
Right.
I'm sure at some point in your neighborhood, you ventured into somebody's house without your parents knowing them.
Certainly.
So is the...
I mean, that wasn't cool, though.
it wasn't cool. So the issue is
For you
because
to be doing that.
yeah, probably not cool, but is the issue because the parent actually sent the kid to do it versus like
Yeah,
what we might have done on our
1000%.
own. That's the bigger
1000%.
issue.
Because the parent has more knowledge, and the parent should have more wherewithal, and the parent should have more safety concerns than the kid. A kid is a kid, and a kid gonna do whatever you allow them to do. They don't know, they don't sense or have knowledgeable information about the world like we do. So seeing what we seeing and knowing what we knowing, that shouldn't happen.
Aaron, I take it one further. Say kid goes missing, and we don't even know at what point as a parent she went missing. Did she get missing? Did the Uber take her? Did the friends do something to her? Did the parents of the friends do something to her? Did she ever make it to the house? Like, you have no information as a parent if this turns into a manhunt for your child. And I don't care if you're working overnight and it's like, hey, I'm too tired, I'll just pay for the Uber for you to go over there. It's just really low effort, really, really lazy parenting. Trashy parenting. You're not seeing it through. Trashy parenting. Name of the episode. You know what I mean? Trashy parenting. Like, my thing is, you would want a manhunt for your kid at that point. But my thing is, like, there's, I don't know, technology aspect to it. Maybe they're at home just watching her phone on the Find My Phone thing.
I mean, that's what people be doing. Like, they put their kids in lifts and they watch the car on the lift thing. I wouldn't do it personally. Me, I wouldn't do it.
My thing is the here and now. Do you think your kid can defend themselves against a driver?
No.
I'm gonna say, what does that really do?
I mean, that's what they doing, bro. I didn't say it was violent.
My kid got hurt right there.
Yeah, I didn't say it was violent. I just said that's what they doing.
You're gonna be able to say an intersection, yo. This happened at Broughton Island.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's all you got. I just posed a question, like, cause I listen. I agree with y'all. Like, I'm not sending my kid. I don't put my kids in Ubers anywhere. I'm not sending them to nobody's house in an Uber. We gonna drop you off.
Bro,
I'm with
I know kids. I know parents that don't even family members' house. I know people who don't let their kids spend the night nowhere.
Right. I mean, cause you don't know what people be doing in their crib unless you really know.
Right.
Anything can happen for sure. Like, definitely not. But I just know at a point in time in life, we was living on the edge.
Different world, right? Like nowadays, people hey, FaceTime me and share your location with me, and that's enough. Like Ern said, in the here and now, if the driver turn around and do anything, it's over.
Bro, you know, like when I like when Dre first came to stay with me, it was this big debacle about whether he was gonna catch the bus to and from school. Like, with his mom and my mom, they both was on this I'm uncomfortable with. So I didn't really have to go back and forth with both of them, really, because his mom, for one, just was like, it's my decision. I'm gonna let this be your show. You got it. Cool. I had to go back and forth with my mom a little bit, and we got into it because she like, he can't catch the bus to the Manji's 15. So he can't catch the bus and all of this stuff. And I'm like, all right, well, and then I'm like, I'm not taking him to and from school every day. So she's like, well, then I'll pick him up and take him from school. Like, she volunteered. Like, all right, well, you want to do that shit? Do that. I don't care. That's on you. So it just got to a point where I'm like, he just got to learn what it is outside. Like, you got to catch the bus. But this was my whole thing with my mom. Like, we got into a full back and forth about it. And I'm like, damn, like, you really just didn't give a fuck about me as a kid then. like you care so much about him catching the bus to the county. Like, in the county.
You was going far to
right.
school.
You feel me? Like, I was catching the bus downtown. Like, I had a minimum hour commute. I was catching the bus downtown to school. And he got an iPhone, and we got track iPhone. I could see where he at. And though we didn't have shit. None of that.
Once the door closed.
That's the last time you seen me.
I said it though, man.
It was no faith. Like you just let me go out here on faith.
No, bro. I'm gonna tell you exactly what it is.
What is it, bro?
Media, right? people are more scared today because we televise all the crime.
Because kids was getting kidnapped back then too. Like the data will tell you they was getting kidnapped the whole
we got all
time.
the fancy terms, human trafficking. We got missing people in the grocery store, they pictures, and like it's way more visual now. Like I feel like the media has our society scared, right? Like you just asked me, would I feel scared to let an 11 or 12-year-old kid go literally around the corner to the park from my house? Me, Lou? No. But my scary ass wife that's scared because everything is on 911 Philly and no gun zone and all that, hell yeah, she'd be scared. All the stuff that's on CNN and Fox News and all that, they be terrified. Bro,
Man.
Bro, we grew up in Philly. You ever meet somebody that's not from Philly? You know what they think of our city? That's not from here?
They think it's cool, bro.
No, they don't think it's cool, bro.
Yes, they do. You ever meet people downtown? They think it's cool, bro.
Yes, people downtown do.
Bro, the stigma is
that they be drunk.
Philly ain't safe.
Philly ain't safe.
Philly is not a safe place.
Yes. So the stigma that is Philly not safe, it's not the place to be. They violent. It's the highest gun violence, in particular gun violence and carjackings than anywhere.
Facts.
So people scared, bro.
Bro, and you know we had 400 homicides in 2007, and we was outside, and they was letting us be outside. We was on public transportation. We was going places.
But it also wasn't on your mom's Facebook feed.
Man,
and she not reading it at 7 a.m. about this kid got sprayed up 60 times, and they got switches and 3D printers.
Man,
bro, I ain't even gonna sit.
How old was you when you was catching the bus when you first started catching the bus to Jersey by yourself?
13, 12.
Right. We talking about crossing state lines. We ain't even just talking about. We talking about crossing state lines. He was crossing state lines at 12, 13. Could she track your phone? No. None of that.
But she also wasn't scared. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't buying. I hear
bro,
you.
The people are scared.
You, bro. I hear
my mom is a naturally scary person. She was 10 times more scary when I was an adult than when I was a kid, bro. It's not even close. It's not even close. She worried about me way more as an adult male than a young kid catching the bus in South Philly to go to Prep Charter and Newman Gretty and all that. It's not even close.
Yeah, bro. It's nuts, man. It's nuts.
It's a different time, bro.
I'm with y'all.
Maybe all the trauma from 07 made all these other years super dark.
Nah, man. I'm listening.
Because pre 07, it was cool, right?
I get. No, it was never really cool. We was kids, so we didn't know no better.
Right.
I'm talking about as our parents. When I look back at some of the stuff they was doing, it's like, nah, that wasn't cool. Like you didn't know where we was at. Like you really didn't know where we was at, bro. You could be anywhere.
Bro, we was out until 1 a.m, 2 a.m.
Right.
At like 13, 14.
That not as a norm. Not as a norm, though.
Going to 40th Street.
Yeah. Going to the bridge. Just know that.
All right. So how? Just because I want to leave this on this like generational thing. How? Because I think most dads would agree with us that like, hey, we don't want these super sheltered ass kids.
Right.
So we want kids like you said. I love that you said he just got to go out there and experience the world.
Yeah,
like I'm just not with all this coddling. Like you know what I mean. He got to go out there and learn how to navigate the world. Like, is that the stance that we all need to take, or what is a way that we can deliver?
It's definitely a case by case basis.
Yeah, it depends. Right, like he said, it depends on what it is. But like, I see the difference in Dre from when he first got with me to today. You feel me? Like I just sitting to catch the bus, and like he called me one morning. Dad, it's this homeless guy out here. I'm like, what are you doing? No, he just out here. He like asking for change. And I'm like, all right, is he bothering you? No, all right, bye. Get off my phone, bro. What you call me for? One day he get off the bus. He on the way home now. He like that. The upper Derby kids is fighting out here. I'm like, bro, you fighting? No, bye. What you like? But because he never been outside to see these things, now it's like, yo, these things is happening. Let me get on the horn and let somebody know that these things are going on. Like, nah, bro, that's what happened outside. Like,
Right.
you feel me? Like before, when I was showing them how to catch the bus and stuff, we had got on the train and we had went downtown. We on the train and like it's bums on there. They sleep now. You feel me? Like we get downtown and it's crazy because like you can't plan certain things. Some things in life just like meant to happen. Dog, these two crackheads start arguing crazy. One of them pulled out a shank and tried to shank the other one right there while just while Dre was right there, tried to shank the other one. They got all dispersed. The cops came, and like Dre just was out there eyes wide, like you never, like bro, this is outside. You feel me? Like if I had to give you an example of what's outside, these crackheads are stabbing one another daily. This is happening, and it was like on cue. It was like, dang, I didn't even have to like teach him and like make a drastic example. Like, no, you see that? Watch out for that.
Yo, he gonna tell the stories to his son. Little Dre gonna tell the story to his son. Yo, my dad had this situation staged. He gave these bums $20 each for them to act like they were stabbing each other.
Bro, no, one boy pulled out a box cutter, tried to stab the other one. Bro, it was wicked. But I'm just saying that's why you need to be outside, cause you know, like we was outside, so when we see things and stuff happen, it don't be like culture shocked us. It might be like, damn, that was crazy. But it don't be like, oh my God, life, you know, because sometimes it be like that for people. Like, I can't believe this is happening right now. Like, we done seen so much that.
You see how close I live to Manny's school, right?
Yeah.
Like literally like a U. Like
yeah, right around the joint, yeah.
And Manny's in first grade. He'll be 7 this summer. And I'm over here calculating in my head, like, at what point am I going to, like, not walk away to the school? I might walk to the corner and like, meet him at the corner. And then the next thing would be like, I'll wait for him at the front door at the next grade or something like that. I'm already calculating that, but I'm also already forecasting that's going to be a comfort thing, an issue for mom.
Right.
You feel me? But by third grade, I was walking home around the corner like a L shape from Alcorn to Napper Street. Right?
Right.
And my dad used to pick me up just like I pick up Manny, but it got further and further away. Like, hey, I'm at 32nd Street waiting for you. Hey, I'm at the corner of Napper Street waiting for you. Hey, I'm on the porch.
He was giving you like,
right,
because you got to get that.
I respect. I just don't want to make sure that I'm not the dad, because you know the county got different danger than the city. The city is like violent, jumping, fighting, crack. You got some drug stuff in the county. You got more racial issues, more police, more of this, more of that.
Right.
It's a little different, but I'm already thinking, like, how am I going to talk to my wife about this? Like, yo, he in second grade. I think I'm going to just meet him at Midday Boulevard. You think what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's going to be a slow walk for it. But I mean, like, Nadia, I mean, because it's in the county, but Nadia been, like, going home by herself and to school by herself since 6th grade, 7th grade. Like, she'd get on, at a point in time, she'd get on the school bus, but then, like, when the school bus, she would walk to school or, like, walk back from school, and it ain't, like, close, bro. Like from her, it's probably, like, a good 25-minute walk. You feel me? But she was doing that since she was, like, in 7th grade, I want to say. 6th grade a little bit, but, like, 7th grade-ish, for real. And at that time, was she, like, 12, maybe 11, 12, somewhere like that. Like, you just gotta let them do it a little bit.
Listen, with all that being said, I don't trust my son to do none of that.
Why is that?
Because he don't be paying attention.
Because my son don't pay attention enough. And that's why I said it's a case-by-case basis. He don't pay attention enough. It's, I seen a bird and I missed my stop. Like, that's what I fear. That's what I fear with my son.
Hey, yo. It might take him a little longer.
Manny the same way, though. Manny attention span is trash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, listen, man. I ain't gonna lie. I used to worry about that with Dre. I'm like, man, listen, like, just put the phone down. I used to, like, I don't know. I ain't gonna lie. Like, to like his mom and like my mom, I was all like, man, whatever, this is what we doing. But in the back of my head, I was like, dang, man, somebody gonna mug him and take his phone. And then like, I ain't gonna be able to find cuz. But he been making it through, dog. He been doing it all year. I'm like, all right, you stamp. You keep your phone in your pocket and stuff. You look around, you observe.
I'm about to say put an Apple tag in his pocket or his belt or something.
Man, listen, bro.
We
no.
got a lot of tech on our side.
Bro.
I'm definitely not anti-tech.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like, a part of me wants you to like, if somebody mug you, I want you to figure it out.
No, what? I don't know if I'm rolling with that.
A part of me do. Like, if somebody mug you, I need you to like find another way to like get back here, bro. Cause that's what we had to do, bro. Man.
All right, so
I need you to be able to think for yourself, yo.
And I'm with Dre.
And I don't. And
I'm 1,000% with Dre on that.
And I don't know if you could think for yourself unless you in that situation.
I'm about to say, nothing trumps experience.
Right.
Like, experience.
Like, you ain't never been outside and your cell phone died. They don't got pay phones and stuff now, but remember we used to call collect when we ain't had no quarters and all of that, bro. Like, that was a thing. Like, we would figure out a way, like, oh, I know my way home. My phone might be dead, but I know my way home. Mm-hmm. Granted, your parents probably worried and all of that, and I probably would be worried, but I would like the ability of like knowing that, yo, you figured it out. Because that's a part of, like I said, like that handicap thing, like, you just don't know. Like, now when you experience something, you don't know how to handle. Like I said, he was seeing fights for the first time. He seeing bums for the first time. And he really don't know how to handle it. I still got a guy now that he's seeing, he don't call no more they fighting. He don't call when he see the bums no more because you know what's up. And that's a part of you growing up. If I keep doing it for you, you never do it for yourself. So a part of me feel like, bro, I want you to figure that out. Like, yo, somebody stole my phone. I'm at 69th Street. Oh, it's a bus driver over there. Maybe I could go over there, ask the bus driver, contact my parent. You know the number. You know the ad. You feel me? Like, a part of me want to see how you figure that out. Not leave you in the wilderness though. Like, yo, somebody, because he still don't be in spots. Like, he catch the bus to 69th Street and then he get on a bus that take him directly to his school. They go in the lot of the school. And then the Deceptor bus meet him in the lot of the school and bring him back. The only place he really walking around by himself is at 69th Street at the terminal. He walked from one side of the terminal to the other side of the terminal to get on the bus that's drop him in front of the door. So if something was to happen to you at 69th Street, I would like you to have the idea, like, maybe I flagged down one of the transit police or something, and I got it figured out. I don't think somebody gonna snatch him and take him away. No, not rolling.
Y'all just got bigger kids, so y'all a little bit more. Cool. Y'all leash a little longer as a parent. I got a 6 and a 3-year-old. I'm a little. A little different. Maybe in 10 years, whatever the difference is. In 8 years, I might feel like, yo, man, I just still got babies. I'm sorry.
All right, that's cool. All right, we're gonna get messy then. Let's jump into some of these messy topics.
Okay.
No, Rob, you good, bro? Tell you straight. You gonna introduce your man because he hate the YNs.
All right, so recently. It's more than recently. I feel like we've seen this about 2 or 3 times over the last year or two. So, basketball superstar Anthony Edwards recently been in the media for his child support / custody ongoing feud with his latest child's mother. So Anthony Edwards has made it very clear to these women that he's been dealing with, more than one that we've seen, that he has no interest in having children or raising children. So in this most recent exchange, we've seen Anthony Edwards give up total custody and pay the entire 18 years of child support up front so he don't have to deal with it. What do y'all think about it?
Well, first of all, that last part has actually been debunked. It's like a rumor that's not true, that you're not even allowed to do that because they need increases as the kids get older. They want to add activities, or he needs swimming, he needs karate, he started basketball. So he definitely didn't pay the whole 18 years up front. However, all the rest of that is true. Like his stance on, like, I don't want to be involved and all that is true. How do I feel about it? From his perspective or just the whole situation? Because, like, it's so layered, man. Like, I was just having this conversation about him. Like
the whole thing, bro, not his perspective.
all right, the whole situation. Anthony Edwards, what are you like, 24?
Yes,
Yeah.
somewhere around.
All right,
there.
he 23. He 20.
Something like
He
that.
23, 24 years old. The baby mom is 38.
38.
She already has a history.
The latest baby mom.
The latest baby mom is 38. Has a history. She's also Little Baby's baby mom, a rap artist. So, and it's still a huge age gap. And I just think it's just predatory, bro. We talk about grooming and stuff a lot. I'm not sure. Like somebody said it the other day. Like what happened to men in your age bracket? What happened to there's rich men in your age bracket.
They not a lick though, bro.
I feel like you're not talking about the topic. Go ahead.
You said what?
You feel
I feel
like
like you're not talking about the topic.
Okay.
more so like putting the onus on him, like his responsibility in that.
Like you talking about him as a dad.
Him as an
Yes.
individual, yeah.
Yeah.
Like
So that's what I was trying to figure out in the beginning. My bad.
yeah, like
This
him.
is the second or third time that we've been able to witness him abandoning all responsibility for the children he created.
It's because he's still a kid. The reality is that these young ball players are rich as hell, in shape, athletes, and they're being preyed on. And he's still a kid. What did he do? 1 or 2 years in college, and then he come into all this money. His response to what if he feel like he a lick? I'll indulge. What if he feel like he a lick, or what if he feel like, man, you was just a little jump off, and now you want to keep it and all that, and it's this resentment. He's handling it like a young kid. Like, you know what I mean? He's handling it like he's 18, 19, 20, 21 years old. He's handling it like such. So is it right? No.
I disagree.
I'm not going to say it's right.
You think he get a pass?
No, I don't think he get a pass. What I'm saying is that I think he's acting his age. I think
disagree.
I think we're expecting. First of all, we're not even talking like his girlfriend got pregnant. We're talking about like his flings getting pregnant. We're talking about the people he's cheating on his girl with, getting pregnant.
Bro got a girl?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, he does.
I didn't even know that.
So that's what I keep trying to talk about. Like, what part of it y'all want to talk about? We're talking about the people he's cheating with, keeping the baby because he's a lick, and his response to it is, "I don't want nothing to do with you. I want to do with the baby," and he's mad. You know what I'm saying? Because you know what type of time.
What did this little girl do to him?
The baby?
Yes. His baby.
The baby didn't do anything.
That's his child.
Right.
Why is your response, I don't want nothing to do with your life. I don't want to see you or take care of you.
Dre, you was a young pop, right?
Facts.
At what point?
And that's why I disagree. And that's why I disagree with everything you said, him acting his age.
Right.
Because, Dre, what age did you become a father?
19. So
did you always take care of your son?
Absolutely, 1,000%.
So he's not acting his age. Anthony Edwards is 23 years old. He's world traveled. He has the financial ability to get whatever care for the child. You want to live in nanny. You want to keep the kid with you at all time and have some. He has the ability to provide whatever type of life that he wants to for the children that he made. I don't think he's acting his age.
Aaron, I just think, bro, we just not keeping it a real buck. And like, I ain't gonna lie to you. I know we make kids when we do it, but a lot of times guys just want sex.
All right, cool, right.
Like,
hold on, no. Stay there, though. Stay there, bro. Stay there. So it's still a level of responsibility for him. How old was you when you had your first kid, Mo?
28, 29.
How old was it when you first started raw and shit?
19, 20.
How many of these situations were you ever in? with I got a bunch of chicks pregnant and I don't want to have no, I'm telling you, I don't want to have no children. Where is the accountability on taking the steps for you not to have no kids?
Yeah, it's no accountability.
Right.
I agree with that.
Exactly.
I also think, once again, young person, immediate success, super rich.
Money.
Money. Like, how often are you being like, your dad really coming to you like, this is how you need to be moving? He's probably happy that you got us out the hood. Like, how much of the...
So do you think he's just reckless because he got paid?
I think he reckless because I was about to say that N-word. he that bull right now. You feel me? And I think in maturity, I hope he undoes, fix this whole situation. Like, in terms of, like, in particular with the child. I hope in maturity he does. But what I'm trying to say is, all this stuff I'm saying, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised, because if I was worth 260 M's at 24, I'm God walking around, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? If I'm 24 and like we a quarter of a B, I'm worth a quarter of a B and hella extensions in sight. You know what I'm saying? I'm turning down to be the face of the league, right? Now you're talking about you're talking about actual like man, dad stuff. Like, that ain't even in his plan. It's not even in his plan. Like, he ain't thinking of having no family with this 38-year-old girl. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even think y'all thinking like where his mental at. Does that excuse him from having raw sex? Like, kids have sex, bro. Like, the first buns you probably got in your life was raw buns.
You gotta pull out, bro.
When do you learn?
What if his side of the story comes out that like he was nutting and like she went and get up? Like what if that's his side of the story? Like what if it's the side of the story? Like,
he an athlete. Like, you said he in shape. He better throw her.
All right, wait.
What's up, E? Go ahead, E.
When do we put some responsibility? We're talking about his latest child.
Right.
This is
like, this ain't the first slip up.
Child.
I was advocating for you, Ant. I was rocking.
This is the fourth time this has happened. With four different women.
He cooked,
so
bro.
I can see it happening once. I can see it happening twice. But when do you learn?
Listen,
he gave him 2. I was probably only gonna give him the 1.
And
but
I only want to give him, but I want to give him the benefit of the doubt.
Give him 2, dog.
All right, so there's so many parts of. I'm gonna keep advocating for my man. Forget y'all. Listen, let's just keep it a buck, bro. If he wasn't who he was, and somebody said, "Yo, get rid of that joint," and they probably more likely to do it. I mean, let's just call it is what it is.
I mean, that's not even 100% true, bro.
Oh my God, you crazy?
How? You know how many bum bulls be getting trapped by shorties in the hood right now? I wouldn't even call it trap because they don't got nothing. But you know how many chicks just don't get rid of kids, bro? It's chicks out here that just don't get rid of kids, bro.
Definitely don't want to sound like I'm just coming off there like that's what they supposed to do. However, I'm just talking about...
I'm just saying, like, I don't...
The casual sex results in baby, right? Because that's all it is, really is. This is all this casual sex, right?
Bro.
So...
No, go ahead.
It's all this casual.
I'm gonna let you land, and then I'm gonna go.
It's all this casual sex, and that's what I'm saying. At 24 years old, he's only having casual sex. I don't think he's intentionally like trying to start a family with nobody. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's the accountability that Ern is looking for. Is like, yo, bro, then if you're doing this, you need to do something different, right? Like, that's what
we gotta stop saying he's 23.
Right, but bro, that's cool. Dig the blitz. You got your pape, right? He out here messing with shorties, having casual sex. He threw, shorty in the hood right now. You get her pregnant, she want to finesse you for $500 for the abortion and use $200, or get on a payment plan and they got income-based abortions, or they get it paid for from the insurance and she just keep your $500. He threw $100,000 at shorty. She could have just took the $100,000 and got rid of the kid. That's already the come up.
No, why would I take the $100,000?
Listen to me. This is what I'm saying. You talking about they got more incentive to get rid of the kid when you don't got the bag. She got 100 bands. Where you tell me where you can go get 100 bands from right now? Yeah. They say Coochie costs $40.
Did y'all see her response?
She got 100 grand. Yeah, she said that she was shitting on the people.
She said y'all for broke. She said I'm for rich.
Come on.
She crazy, bro.
She was already up 100 bands.
Bro, my thing is, where do Anthony Anderson learn to protect
Anthony Edwards, he
himself?
called it Anthony Anderson. Don't put Anthony Anderson. Don't put Anthony Anderson in this.
Anthony Edwards, where do Anthony Edwards learn to protect himself and his interests?
He got too much money, bro. That's why. Like when you look at something like this, even that rumor that was untrue, that he paid the $1,080,000, whatever it was, the $1 million. That's nothing to him. I make $40 million a year, and I make $40 million a year in the NBA. He also got Adidas, right? He got Adidas contract that's paying $10 million a year. He got $10 million from Adidas plus his $40 million NBA contract. $1 million to him, that's nothing. So of course he like, oh, $1 million, you want $1 million? Yeah, take it. You got it. The money is what's going to stop me from ever feeling that. It's nutty to the kids that's going to grow up without a dad. But he got too much pape to be like, yo, I'm trying to protect my bag. Because to him, that's nothing. Unless these chicks really start hitting.
I wasn't even talking about the money.
Oh, protect what? What you were trying to say? Like his image?
To protect himself.
Oh, I thought you were about to say.
From these situations.
Protect me from it. Period. Man, he don't care, bro.
Hey, bro. How realistic is it? Like, all right, let's just talk about using a condom. How realistic?
How realistic is it to use a condom?
How realistic is it, like, him to be coerced and not be in a condom, and then to be like, yo, I ended up pregnant? Like,
bro, can't nobody on this earth make me do nothing that I don't want to do.
Ern is a habitual condom user.
It's not one person on this entire earth that can make me do something I don't want to do.
I just don't want to indict us.
You probably need like Tone on the pod or something.
I just don't want to indict us, but like, bro, let's just keep it a buck. Like, if you was up that much, you running through everything too.
Like, yeah, but listen, Ern is a habitual condom user. That's what I'm trying to tell you, bro.
But listen, all it takes is one or two alterations to not have a baby out of it.
Yeah. You
can have sex with whoever you want to have sex with. It takes one thought. One thought. Even if it ain't condom, because you don't got to use a condom. But it's steps that you can take to not have a child.
He gonna send a $25K for a plan B, and she ain't never gonna pop it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's over with.
It's cool.
He just out here, outside, not pulling out.
Remember, he had the video last year saying, I need you to send me the video of you taking it.
Yo, he a savage.
He was acting crazy. That's what I'm saying.
It's the same bull. Yo, why are you in this situation a year later?
Bro, because he worth $260 and he knocking down everything walking.
Oh, I hate that excuse, but all right.
Listen, we got to roll with it. Yeah, we gonna play this video. This Ern, man, not the ball in the video, but you know Ern be caping for Usher, man. That's his guy.
Man, you got me messed up, Bridget.
Y'all, I have to record him, y'all. He's doing too much.
What?
You doing too much.
You had him you sit up here, go to an Usher concert. You let him put cherries in your mouth,
what
Bridget.
What are you saying?
You let him, I'm your husband.
Usher.
And you recording me?
It's just
you recording me?
Yes,
so
I am recording
video?
You. I'm going to use this as evidence to show people how you are always operating in your feminine energy. Again, yes. Energy. You're constantly in your feminine energy.
Feminine energy.
I cannot deal. I cannot. Look at you.
Energy.
Get it together,
you let
Cedric.
him stuff cherries down your throat. You let Usher put cherries in your mouth. And you talking about feminine energy?
Babe, everybody did that. What's wrong with you?
You talking about feminine energy?
Yes. Yeah. Hey. I have to do this because you're just dramatic.
Whatever.
Overly dramatic. What is your problem? What do you think you're? Get back in this. Get in this house. Get in here. Leaving me? You could never. You could never leave me. What is your problem?
You know what? You know what? Anything but that. You embarrassed me. You sent that. You did.
Cedric, you just make sure that's what you want to do. You don't think that I can have somebody in your place
You're married.
8 ways from Sunday. Do you
married,
understand?
woman.
Do you
You're
understand
married.
me?
You're married,
Okay,
woman.
I understand. I
You're
understand. The only thing you should be embarrassed about is your behavior. You're out here acting like a whole female.
I'm gone.
Get back in. I'm not gonna beg you. I'm not.
I'm gone.
What I'm not gonna do is beg you.
Okay, all right. See you later. Yeah, divorce papers be in the mail.
Oh, so you're gonna do another man a favor? You're gonna do another man a favor? Guess what? Who you think worried?
Earn, defend your man. It's a part of the show.
Just, you talking about Usher or the husband going?
Usher.
Oh yeah, bro. Usher ain't wrong. It's a part of the allure.
What's up with the husband, bro? He out of pocket?
He's tripping.
He tripping? Did you see the video? You seen the video?
Yes, I seen
Why
the
his
video.
wife was rolling her eyes in the back of her head eating the cherries from Usher.
It's Usher.
What that mean?
It's Usher, and it's a part of the show.
Nah, not my lady. Not my lady.
In the famous word of Dre, when you come through that door, she don't drop to her knees.
Yeah, she don't eat the cherries out my hand like that.
You feel me?
You ain't Usher.
You ain't my wife no more either.
Cool.
Yo, bro, I think we got we teetering like an interesting line of like what's sensitive for a man and like what is just not respectable as a wife. I just think we're teetering. Like, I don't even like how she was talking to him. And this could have been a skit. I don't want to not too much on her. But, like, don't tell me I'm being dramatic, I'm being sensitive, and all this. Like, bro, once again, we used to be in a society where, like, me marrying you was like a huge honor. You, like, I'm claiming you, I'm going to take care of you was this huge honor. And now we in a society that seem like we want to teeter this line of like, that's not a big deal. And that I could be doing anything and you could be having me look any way. And it still need to be cool. I just got to be under all this composure. Like being a man is all about not reacting now. And like not like having so much composure that you can't, if I say something about it, I'm saucy. What's the term they use? Sassy. I'm sassy. Like, no, I said something to it because it made me uncomfortable. I'm not really liking how you carrying it. You feel me? Once again, it used to be an honor for a man to want to marry you. Like, let's just not make it seem like, you know. But anyway, back to Earn and his stance is like, this is entertainment and like, it's some shit made somebody uncomfortable and make them uncomfortable. You feel me? Like, I'm not gonna stand
1,000%.
I'm not gonna stand
Your feelings is valid.
I'm not gonna stand in something like he can't be like we could have been anywhere. Like imagine your wife fan out on somebody in person. Y'all down the street, y'all in something Boulevard, and y'all see Chris Brown and she just like do some real OD fan out shit. I know it's Chris Brown, you know it's Chris Brown, but like when Chris Brown leaves, you still supposed to be my situation. You know what I'm saying? Like there's all this accountability on us not feeling no type of way, but where's the composure and like scale that shit down a little bit. Like it's Chris Brown too. I might be hyped to see it too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
they be at the Chris Brown meet and greet, but they be trying to greet his meet.
Man,
you think I'm saying?
I feel like it's a completely different. That's a completely different situation.
Why? Because that's just some regular thing.
Because it's on the street. It ain't for entertainment. Being at the Usher show, his fan engagement, his fan interactions, that's for entertainment.
Bro, why you can't just eat the cherry regular though?
That's a part of the. It's a part of the show.
Bro, I'm about to take
you fanning out on the street for Chris Brown. That's not a part of the show. You fanning out for Usher on stage in front of cameras and in front of 15,000 people. That's a part of the show. That's why I can't be mad. You just mad because you're taking it personal because it's your girl. You think Usher cared that it was Lou's wife? He didn't.
And that's the problem. He did care.
No, it's not a problem. That's your problem. That's your problem.
That's her problem now. What you I just say, Mo?
Bro, I'm not ruining my house for a 3-minute skit
hey, bro.
with Usher.
Hey, bro, fellas, we going on offense this year. We're going to all the shows and we're raising our hands to be participants in all the women's shows. You feel me? And then see how they look. You know what's going to turn into? Well, I'm a woman and I'm allowed to look like I'm allowed to be upset about this, right?
Now you're gonna be a groupie, bro.
No, I am going on offense. I am going to go to Tiana and them show and raise my hand, and I'm going to try to be a participant. You hear me? And let's see how you sit there with the dumb face.
You want to know what's crazy? You want to know what's crazy? I think if Beyonce pulled 10 husbands on stage, I think the wives would be cool with that. Versus Usher pulling 10 wives on stage and a husband being cool.
You know
I
why?
think
Bro, you know why?
Women would be cool with it.
Yeah, bro, because the male ego is fragile, bro. Like, you already know
Right,
that.
So Lou's offense plan, that's just not going to work.
Yeah, his offense plan is definitely going to backfire. They're like, oh, that's swag. You was over there with B. You should have invited me. The thing about it is, you never gonna, like, your wife would let B put the cherries in her mouth. You feel me? You're not never gonna let Usher put the cherries in your mouth, no Diddy. You feel me?
Nasty work.
But the male ego is fragile, dog, and people just don't want.
That's all we talking about.
That's a fact.
And that's all it is.
That's a
the
super,
male ego.
That's a super fact, bro. And listen,
all I'm saying,
all I'm saying is I better get
I'm
the
not
same.
breaking up my house for a 3-minute skit.
I mean,
with Usher.
Unc was probably already trying to get about that, John. If we being honest, listen, I'm not breaking up my house either. I just need the same treatment. Unc wasn't getting that same treatment at the crib from Shorty. He just wasn't getting it. So now he out, and she already said, like, you about to make it easy on another man. You know what that meant when she said that? I'm outside.
She was like hella, like she was going crazy.
I mean,
I don't like none of that.
It's probably just the nature of their relationship is crazy.
But that's Dre. Dre gonna be saying, oh, you need lunch money? Call your man Usher. Dre gonna be giving all the passive aggressives.
Nah, I mean, look, I don't. It's crazy because like
you got a flat. Yo, tell Usher to pull up and fix.
No, you know what's crazy though, bro? Like I don't really be policing mine for real. Like this is just funny to me. Like seeing like I be talking like that. Like I get on my Ike conversation sometimes, but like any girl I ever been with is hey, like man, like I don't really be policing all like, cause I just don't be feeling like they going nowhere for real. You feel me? Like I don't be policing mine. I ain't gonna lie, I don't be. It's just.
But you thought the Keke Palmer, you was on Cuz side in the Keke Palmer conversation.
Yeah, for entertainment purposes, bro, for sure.
All right.
Yeah, yeah, for entertainment purposes, absolutely, dog. Like I don't really be doing all that, cause like, I don't be doing that. I can't say incriminating stuff on the mic, but I don't be doing all that. But let's jump into these new dad tips. What's up, bro? You don't got it? Lou lacking.
No,
my phone.
I was telling you the other day that like, yo, all you got to do is get it right with one kid, and they'll help raise the other kids. You know what I mean? So like, whatever you instill in like one kid, they can pass it on to the other kids. They'll police it when you're not around. I had a situation recently where like, you know, I was talking to Manny about losing my mom and like, you know, when Nana passed away and stuff, and like, I was like, how am I going to tell my 3-year-old? And I tried. And it kind of like when they went in about the other, she was still asked about her and stuff. And that stuff like super emotional for me. And one day, Manny interjected. He's like, yo, Nana is in the sky. She in heaven. She died. And Osa was like, oh, she in heaven? And started pointing to the sky. And it was over. Mind you, I'm over here like choked up trying to talk to her. She passed away. She was sick. Manny said that in like 4 words. Yo, Nana was real sicky poo. She died. She in heaven. And like pointed to the sky. So now, Osa kind of like, you know, Nana in heaven. Like, mind you, I was over here like, you know, that's like a immediate descendant bloodline. There's all this, you know, I'm thinking all these things.
Right.
You get it right with one kid. Sometimes it's just like they can go do what you can't do. They can be your eyes when you're not there. They can communicate where you have barriers at. So new dad tip, man, is I know for the guys who got multiple kids, man, you probably feel the pressure to get it right with every single one of them, but like, just know if you get it right with one of them, if you ain't there to do it, one of them won't step up and they gonna have it.
No, that's a fact. That's a fact. You're gonna get into this. This is wild, man. This like unfit parent. Like I don't even know. I really want to know like who we blame in this situation, like in this unfit parenting. So in Florida, there was a grandma. She just was recently sentenced to 5 years in prison after the death of her 7-month-old granddaughter. She had like left her granddaughter in the car, and the car got too hot, and the granddaughter passed away. She like went in the house and was doing some other stuff. I think this lady has to suffer from some sort of, I wouldn't call it like dementia, Alzheimer's, something along these lines. She left the granddaughter in the car. The granddaughter passed away because the car was too hot. But within the past year, another one of her grandkids died in her care. Her grandson, he was 16 months at the time, and she was asleep, and he like walked out of her house and like into a pond that was in the back of her house, and he drowned.
Oh my God.
And passed away. So yes, the grandmom is going to jail for 5 years for like negligence and these kids dying. But do we put any onus on the parents of the kids?
100%.
I was gonna ask y'all, can I keep it a bean?
Go
ahead, bro.
I'm not sending my kid with grandma.
After the
happened
first one
with the grandson, I'm not sending my kid with grandma.
Hey, bro. The whole time he's sitting here explaining the question, Aaron, I'm sitting here like, you got one baby to kill him on, and it's a wrap. You got one baby to accidentally off or negligently off, and this, like, you may not ever see another. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro. Like, we sent 2 over there.
Yeah, they sent 2.
That might be hard to say that that's on you, but you definitely got to take some type of responsibility, whether it's legal or whatever. You got to take some type of responsibility for leading your 7-year-old with grandma.
So they should be booked up too. Should they be in jail versus the grandmom being in jail? The grandmom should be in jail?
If
yes.
The grandma definitely in jail. I personally think she should get medically checked for, like, what's going on with you? Why, like,
something.
Yeah, like, what's going on with you? You know what I mean? Because that might help justify her case and shorten her time. But
I think this is the shortened time, yo. She killed 2 kids. Well, she didn't kill 2 kids, but 2 kids died in her 5 years.
Yeah,
that's definitely the shortened time.
Right. Because manslaughter is what?
It got to be more than 5 years for 2.
Right.
Would you get a 2.5 for each? I think she was only on trial for the one, which is crazy.
Right.
Yeah, I think she was only on trial for the one. For
the latest one.
Yeah. I think the first one they might have just excused. Maybe she got the 5 because it happened twice.
Jesus. Yeah, it's not a laughing matter at all. However, I do think
you got to watch who. If one of your kids die with grandmom, don't send the second one over there.
Yeah, you got to vet the people better, bro. And like, I know everybody. I'm in a situation right now where we don't have a great support system, bro. It's okay to vet people for a paid babysitters, or just don't take the kids with y'all, or, you know what I mean? I don't know what the circumstance is. It's sometimes, like, you just got to find better workarounds, bro. Like, I just couldn't see myself sending a second kid over there that one of my kids previously died with you. Like, actually, if anybody else's kid had died over there, I'm not sending my kids there. If anybody else's kid is hurt over there, I'm not sending my kid over there.
The other part to that is
that's what I'm saying.
That's a fact. The other part to that too is granddad is in the house too. Because when the granddad tried to resuscitate the one kid from out the car, do he have any accountability in this or no?
No.
But he there? No? They not a package deal?
Not if grandma was supposed to be watching.
Oh.
Yeah, not.
So you think he just? They probably married, so he probably can't testify against her. What do you think he was like? No, that was her. It wasn't me.
I mean, it depends on like how the situation goes. It's like, is it like, hey, can I'm dropping the kids off with their grandparents, or it's like, no, I called my mom and dropped them off with grandma. Right? I feel like that matters a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, is it normally a package deal with grandparents, or is it normally like your grandma watch our kids for us while we go to work?
So if somebody in your wife's family dropped a kid off at your house and the kid died, are you telling on your wife? Are you gonna be like, they didn't drop the kid off with me?
Honestly, if you want to know my real answer is, I don't think my wife is fit for jail. So like, if one of us had to go to jail,
You're gonna take the charge.
I'm going to jail, right? Super honorable. I don't even know if she'll I don't even know if she'll appreciate that shit. But I personally know, like, that ain't gonna be, like, she ain't gonna survive in there. You dig what I'm saying? But on the other hand,
about that, but go ahead.
on the other hand is like, I'm not unnecessarily about to try to put myself in that situation. Yeah, I gave you the honorable answer, the cool man answer. But yeah, nobody trying to go to jail. If that was the case, we'd have just been doing reckless stuff this whole time. I'm not trying to go to jail. So like, yeah, I'm not even big on like other people's kids really being at my crib unnecessarily. Like, I'm not even.
Now we got to start watching who bring their kids over because somebody might have to take the charge.
We listen. I'll be risk assessing everything, bro. Like how I do at work, bro. Risk assess everything. Like, you know,
your kids got bad asthma or something, choking that. Don't bring them over here because
like,
somebody might have to take a charge.
They be like, they be like, yo, kid such and such dropped the kid over here. I be like, for how long? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I'll just try to figure it out.
Because my thing is, I might plan to leave.
That's a fact. Or you could read the Ask Lou and Dre question, or do I got to get Rob to do it?
No, I can read it.
All right.
All right, so this week's Ask Lou and Dre comes from Tone, and he just asked, do you find it easier to relate to your biological kids versus your stepchildren?
Go ahead, Dre.
You just gonna put it on me?
I mean, because I don't think it's fair in my situation. Like, I don't think this is a great question for me because, like,
right, because you technically.
Yeah.
I think when Tone asked this question, he was more so speaking of like mannerisms. So like when me and Tone was talking about, like, he was talking about like it's something that his son do that like mimic him, versus like, because you know, like sometimes like your kids genetically kind of do things similar to you without like them like being taught it.
Oh, I can speak to this then.
Right.
All right.
So like it's more so along those lines. Like, do you find it easier to relate because like they more like you or they behave like you and things like that? I
don't know. Like we talk about this a lot in my house. Like Osa may look like me. She might even do things like me, or maybe do things like her mom. But I think like Manny looks nothing like me, but he has all my interests, right?
Right.
So from a connecting standpoint, and he's also a boy. So I have a barrier a little bit with Osa just because she's a girl, even though she's my biological daughter, and like I still be learning girl stuff. You know what I mean? Like I grew up in a house, it was just me and my brother, right? So it's like, I don't know, man. I don't see a lot of. I'll just say it. Like I don't see a lot of me and my daughter other than possibly some features.
Right.
So like in terms of like mannerisms, like my daughter act like a girl. You know what I'm saying? Like she girly and then she rough at the same time. You know what I mean? I don't think she's big enough for me to have identified that yet. But I also see like we connect differently. You know, my relationship with her is more about, she wants attention. Many don't want attention. I have to like be like, yo, come spend time with me.
Right.
You feel me? But then like Manny likes the things I like because he's a boy.
True.
Now Osa may not naturally like them things, but if she see Manny like them, she like them now too.
True.
You know what I'm saying? But I don't have that dynamic that Tone is really looking for in terms of like looking at his son, and like I don't have that quite yet. And it's probably easier for him because his biological kid is a son and he's a man, right?
Yeah,
So,
see, and I got like the same dynamic. My dynamic is like more similar to Tone. So like, so there's not a barrier due to like biological versus non-biological. So like, but me and Nadia relate about a lot of things because like she's cool. She's like to me, she's like my coolest kid. Like she listened to all the music I listen to. Like we'd be sending music back and forth. Like a lot of different stuff. Like we talk about a bunch of different stuff. Like and she's the most mature of my children. So like we have like a lot of like deeper level conversations. So like we relate. Dre acts like me. Like he's smart as fuck, but he lazy as hell.
Mm-hmm.
Like he don't want to apply himself, but he could get all A's. Like he do things that like piss me off, but then like Ern always trying to bring me back to earth because like as soon as I call Ern and I be mad about something, he'd be like, bro, but that's you. And like nobody taught him to be that. What like he just like it's me. You feel me? Like he's naturally just me. Nobody showed him to be me, but he just is me.
All right. I have never heard, see, and I think it's because all my closest friends have sons, right? Like a lot of my closest friends have boys.
Right.
So as a man and a father, when you see your son, I think you really see you.
Right.
I'm in a unique situation. When I see Manny, I don't see me. Like it's very clear.
Right.
Love him to death. Like my favorite person in the whole world, right? I don't see that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I think you see yourself when you see your son. I think Tone sees himself. I think same thing Ern when he see Lodge. Same thing. You know what I'm saying? If y'all had daughters, now when you talk to Kadeem and you say, do you see yourself in Aubrey? He probably would say no.
But he would see himself in Ava.
That might be the example.
He would.
That might be the example.
For sure.
Yeah.
I know he would.
Right. So I think the sex thing matters a little bit in terms of like what you see. But that I don't think that is a big barrier in the parenting overall. But in terms of that little component of like when men be so entrenched in like, this is my little boy. Like Rob, you got son, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Rob, what's your take on that? Like because he's a boy, you feel like you see you in him just because.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
And I also have another perspective because I was raised by my stepdad.
Okay.
And people that don't know, like, I could tell he's your son. And it's like, no, you can't because we don't look nothing alike. But people say that all the time, people that don't know. But also, I see mannerisms that I've gotten from my stepdad, and I remind myself of my stepdad sometimes. So that's like a different
just
perspective.
being around from time.
Because I was raised since I was 3 years old from him. So.
Right.
And that's my brothers too. I could see my dad and my brothers that aren't biological. You know what I mean? And we still see them mannerisms that we got over the years. So
that's true.
Yeah, it's very interesting. Very interesting. In terms of like connecting more, do we want to connect more because it's naturally like bloodline? Do we? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, kids is kids, bro. Like, if they your kids, I think we all look at them the same. Like, I don't really, like, differentiate my kids in any type of, like, different way. Like,
do you feel like, just to piggyback on the question, when you have stepkids, do you feel like you go over and beyond to not make them feel like a stepkid, so you might be overdoing things or just super extra inclusive because now it's these dynamics. It's like, you know what I mean? There's dynamics based upon bloodline and biological and stuff like that. So like, I got a friend who lives with his girl. She got kids. He got a kid. His kid don't live with them, but her kids do. And even when his kid comes over to visit, he's almost like still focused on her kids because he don't want them to think just because his son is around that he don't see them or you guys are not important. The girlfriend had to tell him, you only got your son a limited amount of time. When he's here, you need to focus there and that my kids will be all right. So I was just asking, like, is that a common position to be in when you have stepchildren, that you feel the need to maybe overconnect because you not they dad?
I could see it. I don't think it's beneficial. Cause it's not natural. Like I'd rather prefer like it to just be natural. Like this is just what it is. Like I wouldn't do any more for Nadia than I would do for Dre or Ashton. Like they all get the same. Like if I send them all money, they all get money. Like it's not like, oh, I'm gonna send her more money or I'm gonna do more for her because then now it's like I'm making it obvious. I'm actually, by me giving her more attention, I'm showing her that it's different. I'm making it different versus just treating her the same exact way that I would already treat them, and I treat them all in the same way. So yeah, I think that would make it, for me, that would just make it more awkward to do that.
I think
but I could see the mindset of somebody thinking that way.
Like, I've always been like super grateful for my unique entry to fatherhood, and like super grateful for like being Manny dad and being able to like that made me a father. That decision, that choice that I've pledged myself to this whole time has made me a dad. But on the other hand, being Osa's biological pop and that being my first biological kid has been an extreme honor and equally as special in a different way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I just got a unique experience. You know what I mean? It's just not just fairy tale experience. So that's it. That's all I got, man.
Listen, man. It's been a time, dog. How you feel? Feel like we knocked the rust off? I feel like we went for a while, bro.
Yeah, it feel good to be back, man. Guys, we will be releasing on a different cadence. We're thinking about releasing episodes on Mondays now. And, you know, just look out for us, man. We won't be dropping on Fridays. Definitely be dropping on Mondays and probably at a little bit of a different cadence. But we here. Rock with us.
Absolutely. And we're going to be here for a while. Listen, until next time, y'all.
Until next time.